another lovely lesson on this brand new Tuesday. Of course, you know, up next is math. And in math, we've been working on writing numbers in a bunch of different lovely ways. All these ways express the place value of each digit within a number, just in slightly different ways, so we can talk about numbers in its entirety. So that's what we're going to be practicing today. Our learning target says, I can write 3-digit numbers in all 4 forms. So we've learned 4 forms so far in 2nd grade. All these forms just have a nice official title for a different way we express or write a number. So we're going to be reviewing the 4 forms we learned, practice talking about them, and then we're going to do a little self-quiz so we can check in with ourselves just how well we know the 4 forms of numbers. So are you ready to get started? So first up, we got to review those 4 forms. So the first one is called standard form. Can you all say that with me? Standard form. What does standard form mean? I'm going to give you an example. This is the number 273. 273. What does it mean to write a number in standard form? Can you tell me the definition of standard form? It means to write a number using only digits. Remember, digits is the vocabulary word for the individual numbers that are within a bigger number. So, in standard form, we only use digits to express a number. So, did you bring your conversation buddy with you? Because we are going to take some time to practice explaining what the different forms are to our conversation buddy. So I have Mr. Mo here, and I'm going to take some time. I'm going to tell him what it means to write a number in standard form. So Mr. Mo, to write a number in standard form, I will only use digits. Okay, I explained to Mr. Mo what standard form is. You're going to take your conversation buddy right now, and I want you to tell them, what does standard form mean? Go and chat with them, and then come on back. Pause. Okay, you're back. You talked to your buddy about standard form, and now it's time to review unit form, that's the second form. If we're going to write a number in unit form, we would write 273 as 2 hundreds, 7 tens, 3 ones. So what does it mean to write a number in unit form? Do you remember? What's the definition? We see this number. How many units of 100, of tens, and of ones? So in unit form, we can see just how many groups of each place there are. So in 273, we see that there's 2 units of hundreds, 7 units of 10, and 3 units of 1. So in unit form, we write how many units of hundreds, tens, and ones are there. Okay, your conversation buddy is back out and they're ready to listen. I want you to take some time. Go ahead, tell your conversation buddy, what is unit form? Okay, pause. Awesome, you're back. You talked to your buddy about unit form. So what's next is expanded form. Can you all say this with me? Expanded. One more time. Expanded form. So if we're writing a number in expanded form, we're going to make it bigger. And for an example, 273 becomes 200 plus 70 plus 3. So what does it mean to write a number in expanded form? We took it apart and we now can see the value of each. The value of each digit. The value of each digit. So in 273, when we write it as expanded form, we can see the 2 was worth 200. That was its value. The 7's value was 70. And the 3's value was 3, which all depends on what place the digit was in. So expanded form shows the value of each digit. Okay, it's talking time. So tell your conversation buddy, what does it mean to write a number in expanded form? It shows what? Okay, pause. And we're back. Good job. So now we're ready to talk about our fourth and final form. Of course, word form. Word form. This is when we would write 273 as such. 273. What does that mean? We expressed this number using only words, just like it says in the name. Word form is when we write a number with only words. As you can see here, each digit is written out with the own word that corresponds to that number. So, last but not least, you got one last thing to tell your conversation buddy. Tell them really quickly, what does it mean to write a number in word form? Pause. Da-da-da, we're back. And that means we talked to our conversation buddy 4 times and explained to them what is standard, unit, expanded, and word form. So we want to make sure we're able to talk about what each of these forms mean so we can really be ready on our next activity where we're going to quiz ourselves and be able to translate numbers back and forth between all these forms to talk about them. So for our little self-quiz time, you're going to need a whiteboard out, a notebook, anything you like to use in math that you can keep track of all your answers on our little quiz. So get out your materials and let's get started. Okay, Mr. Mo, are you ready to help quiz the second graders and test their number form knowledge? He's ready, so I hope you are too. Okay, so up here I have written out a little poster, a guide that you can use during your quiz to help you out. So we have the names of the 4 forms written right here: standard, unit, expanded, and word. And next to it is the example that we were practicing just now. These examples and the names can help guide you as we're checking into ourselves to see how well we know all 4 forms. So you can use this if you need to, but if you don't want to look at it, I challenge you to do that if you can. So, are you ready for our first quiz problem? As you can see, it's already up here. So I need you to write down on your whiteboard the number 927. 927. First question. What form is this number in? What form is this number in? It's only written in digits, so it's standard form. It's written in standard form, the way that most of us would write numbers. So, we've got 927 in standard form. Can you write this number in expanded form? I want want you to write 927 in expanded form. That means you're going to show the value of each digit. So, this is where you're quizzing yourself, so you're going to pause, write the number in expanded form, and then come back to check. Okay, pause. Okay, how did we do? Showing the value of each digit. So, I want you to check your work. Do you have the same expanded form as me? 900 plus 20 plus 7. So our 9's value was 900. The value of the digit 2 was 20. And the value of the digit 7 was 7. So we were able to write this number in expanded form. Good job, Super Scholars. Okay, it's time to reset. Get a nice clean board, reset. Awesome. Okay, so what is up next? Before we can keep quizzing ourselves, we got to move our bodies so we can move our brains. So come on, stand up. So I've got a question for you for math. So my question is, which of these two would you rather ride in? Would you rather ride in a race car? If so, you're going to run for 5 seconds. Or would you rather ride in a helicopter? If so, you're going to swim for 5 seconds. So take your pick. Would you rather ride in a race car or a helicopter? What do you think? I would love to see a bird's eye view, so I'm going to choose a helicopter. So I'm going to swim. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Got a nice little swim in. So come on, sit right back down and be ready for our next question. Okay, it's been waiting for you. This number has 400 plus 20 plus 1. 400 plus 20 plus 1. This number is written in what form? It's written in what form? Expanded form. It's written in expanded form where we can see the value of each digit. So now it's going to be your turn. Take this number and write it in standard form. So take 400 plus 20 plus 1 and write it in standard form. So let's see. Write it in standard form on your own and then come back to check. Here we go. Pause. Okay, how did you do writing standard form? Let's see. So the 400 became a 4 in the hundreds place. The 20 is shown by a 2 in the tens place. And the 1 is written with a 1 in the ones place. This expanded form shows the value of each digit in 421. Good job, awesome people. So, we've worked through a few problems. We gotta keep going. Can you reset? Let's try another one. Awesome, you got a nice clear board? So let's see what we got next. This number has 100, 5 tens, and 9 ones. What number has 100, 5 tens, and 9 ones? This number is written in what form currently? This number has been given to us in what form? Unit form. This number is in unit form because we can see how many units of hundreds, tens, and ones are in each number. It's in unit form. But now I want you to translate it and write this number in standard form. So take this number, Can you write it in standard form? Give it a shot. Pause. And we're back. Let's check our work. So we had unit form, and we need to write it in standard form. So 100, there's a 1 in the hundreds place. 5 tens, there's a 5 in the tens place. And 9 ones, there's a 9 in the ones place. So this number is 159. In 159, we could see in unit form how many units of hundreds, tens, and ones were in the number. Woo! We are doing an awesome job, but we got one last quiz problem. So, you know what to do. Reset that board. Make sure it's all nice and clean for our final problem. So, we have a nice 3-digit number, 752. 752 is written in what form? What form is 752 written in? Standard form, because we wrote it in only digits. So right now, we've got standard form. Can you write this number in unit form? Can you show how many units of hundreds, tens, and ones are in this number? Okay, if you need help of the chart, go ahead, but write 752 in unit form. Here we go. Pause. And our final problem is complete. We wrote out 752 in unit form. And within this number, there are 7 hundreds, there's 5 units of 10, and there's 2 units of ones. And we can know that by looking at the place value of each digit. Good job, 2nd grade. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for all the awesome quizzing we just did ourselves. So, we're going to do our final reset, and then you're going to check out what your task is on this Tuesday. Okay, here is your Tuesday task. You have another chart, but it's a little bit bigger. You are going to have to express 2 numbers all 4 ways. In standard form, so with only digits. In unit form, to show how many units of hundreds, tens, and ones are in the number. In expanded form, that shows the value of each digit. And word form, that uses only words to express the number. So, you have the start. You've got standard form in one and expanded form in the other. You've got to translate this number in any order you would like into all 4 forms. Once you have this completed chart written on a nice piece of lovely paper, you're going to do one more thing for me. So step number 1 is to complete the chart. But step number 2 is to take a video of yourself on Class Dojo. In step number 2, you're going to take a video of yourself explaining the different forms. So this is why we spent so much time talking to our conversation buddy. In the video you send to me on Class Dojo, I want to see your beautiful chart, and I want to hear you talk about what does it mean to write a number in standard form. We only use what? To write a number in unit form, we show how many. To write a number in expanded form, we show the value of each. And in word form, we only use, it's going to be up to you to finish the sentence and have a complete, lovely explanation of what's the difference between these 4 forms. I know it's the first time you've talked about them besides your conversation buddy. So do your absolute best and use your chart to help you explain. I want to see that you can use your chart and talk about all 4 forms. So one more time. Step number 1, complete the chart. Step number 2, take a video and talk about what it means to write a number in each of the 4 forms. Give it your best shot. It's okay if it's hard. I just want to see you doing your best to grow your brain. Okay, Super Scholars, I'm super excited for us to always talk about math. So let's complete the chart, and I can't wait to see what you got.